Hello, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we take the new NQI GTS Pro out for a country spin, and I don't get lost in any way. Cue the intro. Okay, so you join me on something a little bit different. This episode is going to be pretty cool. Now, if you've been watching this channel, you'll know that we've been given the new NQI GTS Pro to put through its paces, and we've done 3 serious reviews of this bike. But today, what I've decided to do is take it out of its comfort zone and take it for a country ride to a fantastic beauty spot to enjoy a picnic. So what I've done is I have got my lovely daughter to come out with me so we can spend the day riding this bike in the beautiful countryside and see how it does. But I just generally think this bike looks so cool, and it's grown on me loads and loads and loads. But I'm an old boy, so let's ask the young lady what she thinks. So Paige, what do you think to this awesome looking scooter?
I think it's amazing, and it's just like so shocking to me that you can't even hear anything. It's like so quiet. Well,
it really is. It is silent running. You can hear the birds singing, and it is a real pleasure, and it will sit about 45 miles per hour. But I want to see how much fun it is out in the country lanes, what it's like to travel you to a beauty spot with 2 people on it, so you've got your pillion, and see literally how much fun we can have with this bike. So this episode is going to hopefully be a bag of laughs and a giggle. Well, we're off, and straight away it's just nice and silent, and it's just nice and relaxed. My daughter's on the back now. I've got quite a big bum because I enjoy pie and ale. Thankfully, she's obviously quite skinny and she can fit on quite nicely. I would say there's not a lot of rear room if you're 2 people that enjoy beer and ale, but it is quite comfortable. There's some grab rails for her at the back as well, if she wants to grab onto them. If you don't like putting your hand around a person, what's quite nice as well. But we're heading somewhere hopefully pretty, and where we can enjoy a nice picnic and father and daughter time, where of course you will tell me about things I've never heard of, like, I don't know, computer games and stuff like this. But it's all going to be nice and bonding time, and this little bike is quite capable. We're just enjoying some nice country riding. And you know what I think is really cool now, I know I've talked about this in other reviews and on sports mode that I'm in at the minute, and if you're gunning it around, you're looking at about 60 miles of range. So, you know, if you look at it like that, it's 30 miles each way to somewhere that's pretty that you can enjoy a picnic. And of course, if you want to really poodle in the country, you can get that 100. But I just quite like it this morning as I walk up to the bike and I unplug it, I'm 100%. There's no, oh, I've got to go to a petrol station and I've got to fill up and I've got to do this. And that's just nice, just to get up to sort of turn up to something that's always full. It's like awesome. So I've had quite a few questions on this, and I've had a few people say that they've struggled to get test rides on these bikes. And I had an answer back from NIU themselves saying that demo test rides are available. Depending on your age, obviously insurance can be a bit tricky, and a lot of the dealers would probably be more than happy to let you have a little bit of a go around their private land side of it. So it's worth going down to dealers and asking for a test ride on one of these, because I generally feel like you're going to be seriously impressed. Quite funnily, you'd think being on an electric scooter that will only do 45 miles an hour that you struggle to keep up with anything in the country, but most people generally do poodle around about that 40 miles an hour and even less. Like this guy in front of me, we're in the 60 and he's doing like 30. It's like, it's not like I'm losing him. Now, the one thing I'm impressed with as well is if I want to stop and get something, there's a little clip down there that I can clip my food onto, and I can have it dangling down there. So if we, I mean, I've packed a rucksack, and obviously I've got my daughter with me, she's got the rucksack on the back. But in theory, I could tuck the rucksack in between my legs and hook it off of that hook. So if you were popping out to pick yourself up a nice little takeaway or a cheeky sandwich, you can hook your bag off of there and don't actually need to be carrying a rucksack. I suppose kind of the question that I'm putting to this bike that I don't think a lot of people would do is, can you take it out into the country and will it be able to handle it? because a lot of people will think, oh, it's not quick enough to really go anywhere far, and blah de blah de blah de blah, and you're worried about range. Well, you can see your range in front of you. It ain't rocket science. And the thing of it is like I said, on full throttle, you're poodling along, and you can stay about that 40 miles an hour quite happily all day long as well. So we're out on a country road as we're heading to Pittsford, of a place to stop where we can hopefully find a bench and enjoy a sandwich in the beautiful sunshine. And we are poodling along sort of full throttle up and down the hills. Now I'm at 42, we'll do 45. I'd say looking at an average of about 40, and it'll just sit there and cruise along quite nicely. And you know, the other thing about the old twist and go and the smoothness is you're not worrying about changing gear and popping up and popping down like you would be on a little 50 with gears. It's just twist and go, and it's smooth power, really nice and smooth. Now, people are probably going to argue, you know, this bike's not used for that, and you should be doing this and you should be doing that, but look at it, poodles along beautifully. Well, we're on our way to Pittsford now, and I've just done a bit of stretch of main A road, as you've got to cut back up to go on the country, and this did really well, to be honest. Like I said, it will sit about 40 miles per hour on those kind of road, 45 max, but it sits there quite comfortably and it just poodles along. It's just nice. But now it's a little bit more fun with it. We're back out on the country, and we can have a little bit more of an electric zipping around, as I call it, because it just beautifully flows so well. It's just enjoyment, nice and easy and slick and cool. The point of this video is to show what this bike can do as a little bit more of a cross country, something you can go out for the day. And I think it's already proving how easy it is just to put along. Now, if you think back to when you were younger and you got a 50cc motorbike, you could certainly sit there at 30 miles an hour, and I can guarantee we've all got stories of the adventures you had when you were on that and the distances you travelled. And this will do 45, and you look at it on the same sort of aspect, is that you can have some really cool events. If you're just brave enough to head out, like, the world's your oyster. You can do some decent mileage on it, and you know, 60 miles or 30 miles each way for most people will get them out to somewhere quite pretty. So 30 miles each way from where you live, I mean, that's the big question. Where could you get to, and where can you get back? Where could you go exploring on this? I'm sure you've got some nice parks in your area that you'd be able to reach. And here we are. Our plan is to have some nice food here and then head out the other way and get some more country enjoyment on. But again, just impressed with it. We've got 68%. We have come a little bit the long way around because I wanted to do as much country riding as possible. But we've still got plenty. We're not at the 50% mark where I'm worrying about getting back. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Let's check out this amazing place. Perfect place to sit down, father and daughter, and talk about some of the cool things of life. I can explain to her about geography. Look, there's water and it's wet. And look at the landscape, and it's hilly, and all those things that people talk about. So, what did you think? What did you think to the ride of it? What, with like no engine, we were poodling along.
I think it was quite fun and quite relaxing in a way, because it was like so quiet, and it was like, it's slow but it's nice.
How fast do you reckon we actually went?
Maybe 30, 40 miles an hour.
You're spot on. To be honest, it was mostly doing about 40, but this is some real big like father to daughter advice.
Yeah.
I enjoy pucker pies, right? Mm. If you eat enough of them, you get rounded.
Yeah.
So when we went downhill,
Mhm.
we hit 50 miles an hour.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's important advice. If you want to go quick, eat pies.
Okay. I'll remember that.
What's your favourite flavoured pie?
Pork pie.
I meant more like chip chop.
Pork pie.
Don't get pork pies in the chip shop.
Pork pie.
At least it's pie. So, that bike, how much you reckon it costs? Now, bear in mind, it's top of the range. It comes with 2 batteries. It's got cruise control, LED screen, it works off of an app. You get a warranty for 2 years. How much you reckon that costs?
I'm gonna go 10 grand.
10 grand. To be honest, it's a nice bike, but I don't think it's 10 grand. I kid you not, with government grants, it's £3,600.
Wow.
Just less than that, actually.
Wow.
It's a lot of bike for the money, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you think about it, you're not putting fuel in it, you're not paying road tax on it, so there's some decent savings there, obviously over time.
Yeah. Definitely worth it.
Now, would you reckon you're more of a scooter girl or a motorbike girl?
Probably scooter now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm shocked. I generally thought you were going to be like a motorbike girl.
No, it's more like relaxing and more calmer.
It is nice,
Yeah.
but I need every kind of bike in my garage.
Yeah.
So I want from Harleys to adventure bikes to scooters to. Oh, I have lots of Hondas already. It's almost like it's a Honda garage. Oh no, you've had too much pie, Paige. I can't rock off the bike. No more pie for you, okay? Be skinny like me. You ready? Right, here we go. Now, that was cool. A beautiful place to visit. So we're going to take the long way back again because we've got 68 miles of range. We took the long way here, so we're going to find a different way back. What's really peace of mind and nice. Power! Right, I'm going to pretend I know where I'm going because I'm an expert, but I'm just going to head this way and hope for the best. Let's see how well this little new NQI GTS Pro does on a few more country lanes. So effortless. It's cruise control on, so I can adjust my mirror and not lose any power. I love it. This little scooter is growing on me so much. Well, it's done another awesome job. Look, it's just zipping along through the country. Some random village that I don't really know where I am, and old cars, smell of smoke and things. I love the way this handles as it just zips around the little country, little village bends and stuff, and it's just nice and quiet and good. Look, just zip around everywhere on this. Now, I can't admit I like this scooter too much, of course. Power, horses, scooter, electric. Don't have to worry about engine noise, do we, when we go past these? Just poodle along nicely. That is the difference between electric. With motorbike, you're kind of there going, I hope they don't spook them. Electric is silent. It's beautiful. Now, 2 up on this, generally, I'd say is pretty good. I wouldn't say there's loads of seat room, I'm not going to lie about that, because there isn't, not if you're both pie lovers and with big bums, but at the same time, we can fit on here quite comfortably, it's quite nice. So the thing about storage is obviously you've got 2 batteries on this, and one is underneath the seat, where you'll find on a lot of scooters that storage room for a helmet. But what you can do is obviously just put a back box on, so if you're going to be travelling doing quite a bit of country riding or around town and you don't particularly want to be carrying around with a rucksack or a man bag, just get a little box on the back to put your stuff in, and then you're happy days. I am generally really enjoying taking this down and through the country. It is weirdly relaxing because it's just chill. So I've had a few questions sent to me, like how many pies can you fit in this? Now, just get a massive back box and you can get at least 50 pies in it. you're all good. And the thing is, I think I've answered that question for me with this. I really think if you plan it properly, you know where you're going, you can pop out on this and pop out into the country and just enjoy that ice cream in a nice country park, and you can take your partner or your children or a friend out on the back and easily get there and just be relaxed. And the interesting thing, because again it's so quiet, when we're just poodling along around that 30 miles an hour, we can hear each other, so we can almost have a conversation as we're going along without comms. Like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the Newie is definitely impressive to me. What's interesting about this little scooter is I generally did think that what would happen is I'd go out into the country and there'd be cars behind me and they'd be cutting around me and I wouldn't feel like I was going quick enough. I don't think I've had one car overtake me, and I actually think the opposite. I seem to be catching up with cars and they're getting in my way. So it's not lacked any power on this little bit of country riding, because most people seem to poodle at quite reasonably slow pace. So even that's not putting me off. It's opening up my eyes more and more to what these little things can do. I think I'll be actually quite sad to see this go when they come and collect it to take it back to pass it on to the next person for their review. So I'm going to be a little bit sad to see it go, because I quite like it. Well, do you know what? We're in the middle of the country, and I think we've proven that that new NQI GTS Pro is just awesome. I mean, it's taken us out here, and if you want to look at cost side of things, it's cost me the price of 2 expensive Mars bars, so about £1. It's cost me a few sandwiches, a helmet head water bottle full of water, so the cost of tap water. And do you know what? We've had some real father and daughter fun heading out on this awesome bike. So if you are looking at one, I think we've pretty much proved if you want to head off and find a beauty spot, it is quite capable. But as always on this channel, what we do is we save the best till last, the montage.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Well, there you go. Do you know what? That little electric scooter was just cracking again. It's one of those things where after a hard day in the office and you want to go and visit somewhere pretty, you want to go with a friend, family, or one of your children, you want to pop them on the back and take them somewhere. That did it with these. And what was really nice is it's so quiet, you can hear the birds singing, you can look around. And it's just a real pleasure. Now I got back with 35% left of battery, so I could have gone a bit further. I went the long way round to get there, and I even got lost coming back. I went the super long way. And with 35%, there's still no worries about sort of going even that little bit further. But do you know what? It was an absolute joy. So if you're interested more about the new NQI GTS Pro. I've done some more detailed reviews about specs and things, so you can go back and you can check them out. If you're having fun watching this channel, then please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget that bell button so you don't miss out on another episode. And before you disappear, a thumbs up and a comment would be really appreciated. Thank you. I just want to say a massive thank you to my patrons. These guys every single month help support this channel. If you're interested in getting your name in the credits, being able to see the videos before anyone else, please check out the link to the Patreon. It's all on there. There's all sorts of tiers and it starts from as little as £1. If you're interested in Helmet Head merchandise, this amazing top, the water bottle, the mug that makes everything taste a million times better, the hoodies and all the stuff to do with it, please go and check the link down in the description again to go to the shop where you can purchase one of them. And then of course what's really important, and they're of course the things we live by, and that's eat pie, ride motorcycles and be happy. I will see you on the next crazy adventure on Helmet Head. Bye bye for now.